Coach, by the way.
Yeah.
I love
the
coach.
connection coach.
Yes.
What's the best way to have an unpleasant conversation about something you absolutely dread? Maybe you have an obnoxious neighbor you need to confront, or a family member who needs a good talking to, or a coworker who's treating you disrespectfully. Whatever it is, there is a way to get that person told and get the results you want. Here to tell us how to do it is internationally acclaimed connection coach Jonathan Sprinkles. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sherry.
Talk to us about talking to people.
Oh, my goodness. First of all, I want you to know one thing foundationally, that awkward conversations are only awkward if you make them awkward. But what I'm going to do is share with you 3 tips to having a win-win conversation. The first thing you need to do is focus on after. I know that's a little counterintuitive, but you should begin with the end in mind. The only reason for having a conversation is to fix a disconnect. So begin with that. What do you want to happen immediately after the conversation and a way for that disconnect to be fixed? So don't just have a talk, have a goal. Can I go into it? Good.
Go ahead.
The second is for you to focus on your attitude. You've got to check yourself. If you go into it all bubbling, then they're going to boil up too. Remember this, people only get defensive when they feel offended. If it's your conversation, it's your attitude that's going to determine the success or the failure of that conversation. So only talk to them in a way that's respectful, and then they will respect you back. And the final thing you need to do is focus on what you want to do with the approach. The approach is very simple. Be upfront about the kind of conversation that you want to have. Everybody wants to know in the beginning, okay, what's this all about and where are we going? So think about the type of approach that will allow them to feel respected, and you start off in a way in which they feel like they're also going to have a say in the conversation. It sounds like this: hey, I just want to get on the same page about X, Y, Z. Do you mind if we talk about it? That way we have a win-win-win situation.
I'm going to call you next time and say, hey, you, come here. Instead of my usual approaches, let me set you straight. I'm going to say, no, come here. I got somebody who want to talk to you.
Yeah, let me do it. There you go.
All right, let's get to a couple of viewer questions. Lionel needs some tips from you, Jonathan, on having the talk with his girlfriend because he says she criticizes him about this.
Uh-oh.
Driving.
What about it?
Why did she complain about my driving? Did she ever look at her driving?
I could tell that was nervous laughter.
Yeah, he's like, she might have been behind him or something. Well, look, let me show you how to do it. Okay, we're going to be in the car. Okay, I'm going to be driving. I'm Lionel, and so I'm driving, and Sherry, you're going to be for right now my girlfriend.
Your driving sucks, jaded.
Let me show you what to do, Lionel.
You can't drive. Pull over and let me drive.
You know what? That's a good idea.
You do this every time.
Here's the keys. I tell you what, you show me how you like it to do, how you like it to. Yeah, and then we take off and we both die, and then the whole situation is better. Honestly, it's all about conversation. You just say, look, okay, I can't focus and keep you and me safe if you're criticizing my driving. Honestly, if you feel like you can do a good job or a better job than me, I'm all for it. You have to think big picture versus small picture. Big picture is if you really want to stay together and have a great relationship, then just let her drive.
Okay, very, very quickly, let's see if we can hear from Johnny. He wants just a little more peace in his relationship with his significant other.
I hate it when, like, you know, like she gets rough. You know, like she tells you something and you don't want to do it, you know, kind of like that.
Conflict.
Yeah, exactly.
She was standing right there, too.
Oh, wow. So that's why he couldn't finish his sentence. So this is what I tell leaders all the time. When you're having a conversation with somebody and they're getting upset, it's because they're afraid they're going to lose something. And there's 5 things that people are very afraid of losing: time, energy, money, power, or respect. So you have to be emotionally intelligent enough to know what you might be losing when she comes at you. What are you afraid of losing? And then talk to her about that. If you feel like you're being disrespected, then you have to say, look, I feel like this is a very disrespectful situation, and then talk about that from that perspective so you can address it head on.
Very good. Time, energy, money, power, and respect, or all of the above.
It spells temper.
Oh, very good. Always good. Thank you, Jonathan Sprinkles. It's 8:22, everybody. We'll be back with so much more this morning on KHOU 11 News Saturday Morning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.